few endless nights towards the end of the procedure of writing. You know, the excitement level was there, but there definitely was a little bit of anxiety as well.
I was really nervous going over there for recording. I had a big, oh my god. Every time we wrote a song, it was just like had a different spin to it than the last, and yeah, overall the whole progression of the album like ended up flowing really well.
Leading up to the album, I was quite positive how everything sounded. We did a lot of demo recordings at my house, and yeah, I was pretty confident, and after hearing everything, it's 1,000 times better than what I could have imagined. So.
It's New Year's Day and we're flying out from Perth to Boston. It's been pretty hot over Christmas. It's been like 40 degrees and we're going from that to -2. Heaps of snow. I'm gonna smash me in the face with some snowballs. Make some snowman. You see, it's pretty quiet at the airport. Gonna get drunk on the plane. Should be a good time.
I love airplane food, so I get hell excited about that, and I usually end up finishing off whoever I'm sitting next to is whatever they don't like, so I'm happy about that. And so many movies and stuff, like you almost can't sleep on the plane because there's just too much to do.
A good friend of mine had a party New Year's Eve. Of course I was going to attend. Turned out to be a bigger night than expected. Woke up the next day, met Cutri at the airport, met Steve at the airport I should say. Both really hungover. Flew about, it would have been roughly about 10 hours to Dubai. It was a long flight, very uncomfortable. We were in transit for about 4 hours, then flew to New York, which was about another 11, 12 hours roughly, only to catch a bus to meet everyone else in Boston. So to do it hungover, we would have been, traveling for a good approximately about 30 hours. So it was rough, it took it out of me, but I'd do it again.
After we had that
First impressions of Boston were like incredible, but I guess they were almost like first impressions of the entire of America, especially for what we sort of landed in. I mean, it was night time, so we couldn't see a lot, but just even seeing snow on the side of the road for the very first time, like driving out of the airport, actually even stepping out of the airport for the first time and feeling what sort of 0 degrees actually really does feel like, and it's crazy. It was so overwhelmingly cold when we first got there, and we didn't have our bags, so we were just like borrowing each other's gross old sweaty nicks, and it was pretty yuck.
Staying with Jay was actually really good. Having recorded overseas, having toured before, we have stayed in some pretty rough places, some pretty dingy places. So like staying at Jay's was almost like a 5-star hotel, you could say. He had beds set up for us, he had TVs, he had entertainment, everything was there, and his house in itself really nice. Very hospitable family to live with. So no, it was great. I definitely had a good time there.
I don't know, like it just felt like home. I didn't feel homesick at all for a whole month of just being there. I got to stay in a studio and record an album for a month with 4 of my best mates, so it just was great.
Deezy grinds his teeth louder than, and I couldn't make a sound louder with my teeth than he makes with his, when he grinds them. It's bizarre. Kaz snores so loud that he wakes himself up and then gets mad about it. That's probably the best part. Yeah, he'll snore, wake up, and then swear because he's cross that he snored.
I'm sorry, Ted. I gotta do this. My bag. I got it.
Everyone was sort of there for you, and whether it was for happiness or you're feeling down about something.
We're all different dudes, which works out really well. Our personalities just kind of gel together. So we're really lucky in that sense. There's no clash of the Titan egos or anything like that. Recording with Jay is awesome. He's very chilled and honest, which is perfect for the recording atmosphere, which can, get tense sometimes.
Obviously, we knew that we were going over there to record with someone who was very experienced and knew what he was doing.
We really did work as a cohesive unit that I get to hear, or I get to hear a lot of me in there in the way that I can remember, hear a part and then remember that moment sparked this huge conversation. It sparked me grabbing a guitar and someone else grabbing a guitar, you know what I mean? Sitting around with Mark and just fucking figuring part and trying to figure out if there's a better way to pick it, okay, well, we're using this position a lot, or we already have a chord like that there, can we use the exact same notes in a different spot on the neck to make the oscillation of the strings different enough so that it gets its own sonic space, or whatever.
Being a guitarist himself, I found it was really good for me to work with him personally. It was a lot easier to communicate things. He could help me out, that sort of thing. So, it was definitely one of the better producing experiences I've had.
Yeah, whereas, the A Cousins, I was just, they were my gamble, and they worked. So
And they worked, so you were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, for sure.
But nah, these are sick too, man. I'm right with this. As you did a song, he would be fiddling and making it sound awesome already, and it was just a really good way of writing. It was really easy for us to add to the songs and change things around that way, because it was just so crystal what was going on. That fucking filet killing me. If we'd done it anywhere else, it would have been, I don't know what it would have sounded like.
We've heard his work on Verse, Have Heart, just huge amounts of amazing hardcore bands, and we had expectations and he just blew us away. He was better than what we expected. He was so professional. He had all the equipment, all the gear that we needed. And yeah, each day was a huge learning curve.
He had the potential to be whoever he wanted to be with the amount of success he's had as an artist and with his band. And after working with him and learning from him, and the album has changed a significant amount to how we had it originally.
2, 2, and a 4, 5. 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 5.
He's a really down-to-earth guy, but really professional at the same time.
I'd love to work with Jay again. He brought the best out of me in my drumming, sort of pushed me to do as good as I could possibly do, which was good for me. It's what I need.
I sing. That's Peter Dupree.
Hands down, the best place I've ever been to in my life. And not even just food places, I think it's the best place I've ever been to in my life. It's Fuddruckers. Fuddruckers. If anyone from Fuddruckers is watching this, you need to send me your food and your shirts. I will happily wear Fuddruckers merch for the rest of my life if I get free Fuddruckers when I come around to an area that has Fuddruckers.
We all just had a £1 burger. We all finished it, except for these. He's getting there. But I can get used to this.
Everywhere we ate, that was again another bonus about having Jay around, was the whole tour guide-esque sort of role he took upon when we weren't actually recording. He was a nice enough host to take us around and show us all these local spots and give us the real sort of local sort of portrayal of how you should be a Boston guy or a Massachusetts person. And yeah, just everything from like Boston creams to steak tips and super beefs and just all these things that probably if anyone who just lived in Australia and hadn't been to America would not know what I'm talking about.
A diner we went to, the menu was just insane, and the amount of things that were on there and the prices were ridiculous, and I ended up getting pork wings, which I don't even know what the hell they are, but it was succulent as shit. It fucking ruled.
That's hard.
Tell the camera what you're eating. This is prime.
I've only just licked
Prime
the
Studio
fingers,
blog.
My first ever attempt at ghost chili. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I always thought I was good at it, but
Now you
this is
know,
a
man.
test.
Now you know.
Hello, buddy.
You are good at it.
But it's like my lips. I would have given it a shot if I have it. I will fucking not sleep.
Did you try it? Yeah, it's hot, right?
No, you literally don't know. It won't end in my mouth. My acid will just fucking kill me.
It just gets worse, eh?
I'll die.
It takes a while to go away.
I'm in so much pain, man.
This is so hot.
It would probably give me a stomach ulcer if I tried to do it.
Where's that fucking highlight?
Damn.
It was
Yeah, I got the hiccup. Tigo, give me the milk, man.
That's fucked.
Woo! But you're right. Like, when you go back to it, it's not so bad. Fuck.
Do you have another one?
Oh, I love snow. I love snow so much. Oh, I wish it snowed here. When we first got to Boston, first thing we did was just got some supplies at Walmart, which is a crazy place in itself. But there was just snow on the side of the road, and we were grabbing it and throwing it at each other. We had no idea what we were doing because most of us never seen it before, and it was crazy. It's the most amazing stuff to play in. It's awesome, and it's awesome when it's just on the ground, but the time that it actually snowed for the first time when we were in Boston, like snow fell from the sky, and that was pretty much at the point where the snow hadn't snowed for so many days that it was almost all gone. So we'd had like, you could see the grass again in the backyard, and then we had forecast snow for that night. We all went to bed, and I was woken up by Steve.
I woke up one morning after chili wings, which was the hottest thing in the world, and yeah, I was definitely crowning. And I ran upstairs to obviously do my business. I looked out the window, which was like a massive window outside of Jay's house, and saw snow dropping for the first time. I remember just having to suck up my business back up, and then sprinted downstairs and turned on all the lights and woke up all the boys.
At like 7:30 in the morning, ecstatic. He'd just been like upstairs and looked out the window and seen snow falling and just like bolted straight back downstairs and tried to wake everyone up, and most of us got up. I just dressed myself faster than I've ever dressed myself in my life and sprinted outside, and me and Steve just, I ran, jumped and slid on my belly like a penguin. You can just do it. It's not even hard. It's so fun, and just on the grass. But I hurt myself. I hurt my shin. I went on over a brick wall. I didn't
Blocks, but I don't give a crap. It's not making snow friends. Better than real friends.
It was like this hill next to his house that went down, and it was steep enough to make a runway kind of thing. We built a ramp. We built some makeshift snowboards out of like cardboard and bin bags, and just like literally flew down there.
I would kill to be able to ride that thing.
After the recording, we went down to New York for 3 weeks. All of us made the trip. Diggins only spent a couple of days down there. The rest of us spent about, I think, 3 weeks in the end.
As you're coming in, you just see the huge buildings of Manhattan, and then you get right into the middle of the city where the bus drops you off, and there is chaos. There's just hundreds and hundreds of people walking every which way. There is like traffic back to back, they're not even moving. There is God knows amounts of horns going off all the time.
I wouldn't stay so central next time. It's much more chilled in the lower side where Mill and Dees and Steve were staying. But yeah, you know, if anything you want to do, you can do it in New York. It's pretty much the best way of wrapping it up.
There was this one night, we had a friend who was staying over there, and she lived in Chinatown, and there was this one night where she invited us all over. It had just been snowing, the blizzard had just hit. So basically we went up to the rooftop, and you know, up there you could pretty much see everything. We could see the Empire State, we could see the Chrysler Building, you know, we could see everything from up there. And you know, just being able to muck around up there, you know, build snowmen, have a few drinks, all that sort of thing. It's like nothing any of us had ever done before. So it was definitely one of the coolest things that we got to do when we were in New York.
This is positive, progressive, original music. This is master's degree level hip hop.
And I got to go see Harry Potter exhibit and got sorted into Hufflepuff, so that's awesome.
After the whole recording process, I am very, very happy with how it came out. It did exceed my expectations, you know, so in saying that I am very excited for everyone to hear it, excited to play it, all that sort of stuff.
I know what sort of music I'm into, and everything about this band is what I like in other music.
You know, creating things, there's always things you'd like to change, but overall I'm excited. It's a step forward from the EP and a step in the right direction, I think.
Just itching to get it out to the public and have people listen to it and go and play shows again and go on tours again.
Everyone put in so much effort and work getting the sound that we all wanted. Like, we've been in the band for probably just over 2 years, and this album feels like the beginning. Like, it feels like Monument starts from now.